And we are live again from Cambridge, Massachusetts, the capital city of the internet. Our program is Anything Goes, and we live up to this every 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We encourage the world to join us every single day to see what we're up to, and we're always up to something. No question about it. We're going to be talking about the end of July. We're going to be talking about what it takes to become a successful internet entrepreneur. We're going to be talking about the fall selling season. We're going to be talking about, hey, doesn't the CEO need a behavior? We'll talk about that too. This program has existed for many years. In fact, it is the longest running live business webcast in the world. We've been here for a very long time. Worldprofit is celebrating its anniversary. That's right, our birthday. Tomorrow is our birthday month. We are going into our 22nd year. And prior to that, before we had a corporation, before we had a business. So we have been around in the business form and in the corporate form. I want to introduce my colleague and friend, Cher colleague, Lucy Dubois. She goes by Woods because she's living in British Columbia. She is a pet. You're going to enjoy meeting Lucy. Lucy, what have you got to say for yourself today? What have you got to say for yourself today?
I want to thank you, Dr. Lant, for this program today, and I want
Elizabeth in the middle. We'll have to see how that plays out. First of all, I want to say something about Cambridge. You know, Worldprofit is so lucky that it had an office right smack dab in the middle of Harvard Square. For those of you that don't know Harvard Square, you certainly know Harvard University. Harvard Square is the heartbeat of the university. Now, what's great about Harvard and Cambridge now, and MIT, it must be known, is that this is the place where internet entrepreneurs are flocking to. We have a section of Cambridge called Technology Square, and it's largely owned by the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, which of course is a world-famous institution. And I have to tell you a couple of little vignettes about Technology Square to give you the sense. If you're a lucky person, and for example, like an MIT graduate, and by the way, MIT graduates, Bachelor of Sciences, BS degrees, start their salaries anywhere up to $150,000 a year for a bachelor's degree from MIT. What happens is the students graduate and then they go into their offices. They're especially built for entrepreneurs. They have snacks that actually work. They have windows you can see out of, but no one cares about any of that. Once those entrepreneurs get in there, you can't get them out with a pair of pliers. They love their work so much that MIT has had to bribe them to come out. Come on, come on, come out. And so they give them thousands of dollars to take a vacation. And I'm not making this up. Students and these people they're young people, they're in their mid-20s, most of them, or younger. They know they are changing the world. And they know that they may not in themselves be a change agent. But they know they are part of the greatest engine for change in the world. Until you come to Cambridge, you won't grasp what I'm talking about. Technology Square is a lovely thing. I've added it after my tours. People come to them all over the world. And initially, my part of Cambridge is Harvard. It's liberal arts, it's politics, it's governance, it's international relations. And then there's MIT on the other side of Cambridge, which is geeks. Geeks who become billionaires. You dare not say, you dare not utter a criticism such as my mother would have 40 years ago said, careful, you need new pants, your shoes are scruffed. And the things that mothers usually say. You don't dare say that they're anyone in Technology Square because they might already be a billionaire or a multi-millionaire. What do you think about that, Lucy? People your age and younger have come a whole new model for what work is about. Work is about sitting behind those computers, behind the internet, developing new modalities, and reaping the rewards, changing the world, and as I say, you can't pry them out with a crowbar. You can't, and here's the pièce de résistance. Not only can't you pry them out with a crowbar, But they won't take the money for the holidays anyway. They don't want it. It's chicken feed. It gets thousands of dollars. And people go, have you, and I'm not making this up. People go along to remember things they haven't eaten. Have you eaten, Joshua, in a couple of weeks? What did you eat, Joshua? And he shows a packet of saltines. He doesn't care about food. His colleagues don't care about food. They care about changing the world, augmenting the internet, using the technology. They care about what happens to the society that has this marvelous tool. And we have a new thing now called the technology walk. It's modeled on the Hollywood walk in Hollywood, California, the movie stars. And this is technology stars. Curiously enough, although the United States and Canada and Western Europe and all the world is dependent on technology, nobody bothered to have a technology. We have a rock and roll hall of fame. We have baseball hall of fame. But what about the technology? We didn't have anything. So now we do. Cambridge, of course, being that we are the capital city. I'm not making it up. That is the truth. Being that we are the capital city of technology, it's only appropriate that we now have the technology walk. What do you think about that, Lucy? This place is hopping absolutely night and day. And I have to tell you one funny story. Because this is a university town, kids stay up all night for days at a time. And there was no place for them to go after midnight until recently. Then Harvard University took it under its advisement, decided to come up with some places where students could go after midnight. In other words, the university adopted a policy so that now you can get a hamburger at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I, for one, am part of the hamburger at 1 o'clock in the morning. I love going out with a friend at midnight after I've written for an evening or before I've written, and going about and about. And I'm enjoying these new privileges just like the other graduates. We didn't have a place to order a hamburger after midnight until about 3 months ago. And now we have them and we're all happy. So, Lucy, what do you want to say about what telling you about? You never heard of such, you never saw such a place. I'm speaking to you right smack dab in the middle of it. Worldprofit is a Canadian corporation. I run the American office here. And it is right smack dab in the middle. I can be in the middle of Harvard Square in about 3 minutes. It's a lovely place. And I hope everybody takes some time to visit. This is the signature city of our epoch. Signature city. In the 17th century it was London, in the 18th century it was Paris. You get the picture. All right, Lucy, what have you learned from me today? This is stuff I don't usually talk about because, you know, why I don't talk about it because it's surrounding me. Whoever talks about the office, right?
Dr. Lant, today's, you're going to see millionaires. They are using the technology and dedication and determination.
And, you know, when people come in to me and say, $99 is such a lot of money, or they'll say, it's work. I want to drag them down to technology store by the hair, the chinny chin chin, and say, excuse me, look at these kids. What do you think they're doing? They're inventing the future. They're going to derive the financial benefits therefrom. And I say,
there are a reason why they're not there.
Well, just spray them every once in a while because they don't have time for baths. It's my only thing. And do not allow them to leave food out because of the breast cookies. Now, don't I sound like Daddy? I mean, I sound like the old grandpa. Pick up your socks, Herbie. You're worth $40 million. Can't you buy a pair of socks? You can just hear these conversations playing. Anyway, it's a great thrill for me to be here every day with people like Lucy Dubois, Lucy Woods, out there from British Columbia, and we tell it like it is. We are enthralled with technology. We are pleased as punch that God allowed us to live in this great period of time. It's like being in Rome in the 1st century AD. It's like being in London in 1760. In other words, this Cambridge is one of the great destinations now. And what do here? We invent the future. And if you want to come in here with us and have the future patented to you, then you best throw away all your excuses This is an excuse-free zone. What am I teaching myself? Is that I was not going to let people pretend that it's not necessary. Work is necessary. Dedication is necessary. Commitment is necessary. Staying up late is necessary. And joy is necessary. These people look. It was very funny, but one of these high-tech fellows has an office next to mine. And we become friendly. Of course, he's 12 years old. I mean, the kid is probably 24. And he looks like he's 12 years old. And he came to me the other day and he said, I want to ask your opinion on this. See, I'm ancient. I'm like some artifact from another epoch. I want to ask you a question. My girlfriend is writing a film script. Do you think you could take a look at it? Well, what could I say? He's helping poor old man open the elevator door. So I said, of course I'll take a look at it. But it wasn't that she had a film. She had a little video disc that she made of the opening scenes. And I said, I don't know anything about the film that you're going to write, but I do know this. Keep on that track. You kids are organized, you're dedicated, you work hard. I love them. I love them. And they all are pale. Pale. Since we're only 8 minutes from the great Atlantic, with its fine beaches, that we would occasionally go there. Forget that. We stay at home, we get pale, we get scruffy, and get rich. Now, if there's anyone in this room today who doesn't understand what I'm saying, raise your right hand and repeat after me. There's work entailed to make money on the net. Add that four-letter word to your corpus of intelligent lexicography. Work. If you think if there's a single person in this room, a single person in this community of ours, that you're going to get by with no work, think again. And if that's your starting point, you're going to end it really quick. Another thing, you're not going to get rich quick unless you do what these kids do. Persuade MIT to give you a free office, and the offices are free, by the way, or total rent, peppercorn rents, as they say in England. They give them to the people that are most likely to change society. You have to go before a committee. The people say, well, Lucy Dubois, what have you got for us today? Say, well, sir, I've got this new internet invention that does X, Y, and Z. And some of these inventions are right off the wall. You thought, my God, are they crazy in the way read about they have it up? This Republic operating on Wall Street and they'll come out with millions of dollars. So you've got to scoff silently. You're not going to do it alone. Nobody makes money on the internet alone. Nobody. And you're not going to do it either. Make decisions. If you're going to be rich, you're going to, and you're down on Technology Walk, and you want to get your star there, like all the chief technicians of the years that they've now been on, and I'm so happy about that. I'm a historian, so I like things like that. What's going on? Simply this. If you're not able to do it alone, you can't do it. Lucy, at what point, you're a smart woman, as I've said to you many times, at what point did you realize you weren't going to be able to do it alone?
Dr. Lant, my just taught me did, right? So Worldprofit.
You notice Timothy says hello to you, not to me. Yeah,
so I learned a long time ago when I started my.
And at what point did you realize that technology was obsessive? That people go into technology, walk through a door saying, this is my office, and emerge occasionally for food, sustenance, the rare date, go to the bookstore and look at the artifacts of the past. If you expect to make money from the internet, then follow the steps of people who are making money on the internet. That's us. Timothy Smith, I'm dedicating this program to people all over the world are now going to know your name. And you're going to see our, shall we say, our little conversation, our little conversazione. Timothy, are you now, did you watch the video carefully? Did you watch the video carefully? Do you understand why you need us? We provide you with training wheels, the tools, the training, the instruction, the mentorship. And are you ready to join us today, Timothy? Or are you going to come up with some nefarious scheme, some excuse? Are you going to join us today? Because if you do, I'm going to... Well, are you? I'm looking for a yes. Are you joining us today? A simple yes puts you on the right track. Aha! And now we get into the good stuff, Lucy. Lucy and I are now going to direct you. Typically, when you go to a physician or a dentist or any kind of doctor, medical or otherwise, do you pay attention when they say do X, Y, Z? Do you listen to them, or do you go off and practice medicine on yourself? Do you follow the directions of professional experts? Well, then you're going to follow them here. Lucy and I are professional experts. I've been involved in that since almost the day we were born. That distinction goes to George Koch, my partner, was there the day I was born. Now, Timothy, if you're going to take professional advice, it starts now. What town do you live in? Where do you live? In Georgia. Very well, you're on Eastern Time. I am going to do the following. I want you to understand that I'm doing you a favor. If you trash this favor, you ain't got no future, because you're you are competing against all those hungry creatures down at MIT, and they'd eat you for breakfast. They would look at you and say, Timothy Smith, an internet marketer. Tell us another one, Dr. Lant. But Timothy, if you want to play with big boys who are all in their 20s, the big boys are the youngest these days. And we completely reverse the whole human world. Never before have kids rode adults. Never. And boy, now when mother says she want to get a new pair of shoes, the child millionaire looks at her with a baleful look, says, Mommy, I just brought you a maggie. Hush up and go enjoy yourself. All right, Timothy, you're in Georgia. Here's what's going to happen. In the next couple of minutes, Lucy Woods is going to make you an offer worth over $20,000. I am going to add some sweetener to it. If you turn me down, you're dead. You're taking a gun to your head and you pull the trigger. Because we enable people here. We do not suppress. We enable. We do not suppress. We solve every day, all day, every day, all. All right, Timothy. Lucy, here's what we're going to do. You are going to read over to Timothy Smith, who's at a crossroad in his life, who suffers for Jacqueline Morgan as well, who's also for all the people that are looking in the window, who wonder what to do on the internet. What do? You follow success. You weren't there on the old day. We were. You weren't there on the day that the icons came in the movable video. Yet we were. You have big Johnny come lately sitting there. So you cannot tell us what to do. You can lower that. On the other hand, we know what you should do because you haven't even done it. Lucy, let's read the offer to them.
Dr. Lant?
Adam, read the offer.
Jacqueline and everyone that are listening, you have finished our introductory video. Great. Then you already know the awesome offer we've got for you. If you order in the next 15, you get the 6,500 bonus offer made in the video and 400 all would be summarized. And you get all the material we have given before. Thousands of dollars. You get total success training, home business bootcamp. Also 75 monitors, just like me, will start closing sales for you without ever charging you anything. You also get $800 worth of crucial business and wealth building software. All will resell rights. You also get WorldProfit Click Bank promo kit, enabling you to make at least $1,000 without spending a penny. You also Magic List Builder, which turns any website into a list building page instantly. And if you accept this offer in the next, an associate members will generate commissions for you. Ready to accept? Click on the red Order Now link and select the option 1, the monthly option, below to order. This offer is made once and once only. Wait, there is still more. Important, place your order within 5 minutes and get 50,000 additional, 10,000 additional guaranteed. Visit your website of your church traffic center and 20,000 credits from our popular Safelist Extreme Make. Also get absolutely free our newest traffic generating marvel, the automatic SEO Pro Kit. Value $450. This help get you guaranteed #1 position on Google, Yahoo, Bing, etc. It also promotes your URL to over 3,000 backlinking sites with just a few clicks and allows you to post your message on over 70 Safelist and top traffic exchanges. Finally, we will include the message on over 70 Safelist and top traffic exchanges. Finally, we will include the SEO Power Pack of 23 software programs worth over $1,000. Our gift to you. Join us now. Click on the red Order Now link and click on the option 1, the monthly. Still more. If you get your silver package now, you get over 1,000 original articles from .com. Active dealers use these articles to generate thousands of responses in just 15 minutes. Also get brand new software by Master Enter George Koch. Hundreds of ebooks in just about 3 minutes per ebook. This spectacular offer is made once and once only. Click on the red Order Now button or click on the blue link to order in the next 15 minutes and add this $12,000 bonus paid, customize, and produce video articles. 7 minutes, and we will include the easy-to-use software you need. Giveaway, unlimited free advertising to pay to all your customers, whatever you're selling. This is Tech Wizard George Koch's latest invention, and you will use it daily to get your customers to buy a $1,995 retail value. Even more, video marketing is the hottest thing on the net. Have you been to YouTube lately? Now you can profit if you know how to do it. Marketer Dr. Jeffrey Lant, WorldProfit CEO and co-founder, shows you how to use video marketing to sell anything. And get his incredible video marketing. That's what any university would charge for ongoing training. The course is free. That doesn't exist anywhere else. Get it now. Plus Dr. Jeffrey Lant, 90th book, Net Profits, shown here on Amazon. $95 value. And as a bonus, you can use it to generate thousands of leads with one click. Just click on the red box and order at once. Also get on the top of this page, there is a green banner, 700,000 free submissions.
All right, Jacqueline and Timothy Smith, we've made this offer to you both. My first question to both of you is, are you ready to take advantage of it, Timothy? Are you ready to take advantage of it, Jacqueline? This offer is made once to you and once only, and will never be made again to you. Timothy, Jacqueline, do you accept the offer? All I need is a yes or a no. If you're ready to accept it, click on the bright box that says Order Now. Option 1, the monthly option. Jacqueline and Tim, you can't sit there and make no choice. You must choose. Yes, you want to profit on it. No, you don't. We're going to deal with you, Timothy, in 1 minute. We're going to solve your problem. And your problem is that you do not have a problem. We have the solution in our pocket for you. J. August, Jacqueline Morgan. Jacqueline, are you accepting our offer? Now, Timothy, if you had your druthers and you had $100 in your pocket, would you spend it to become a member of World Profit and get on with your internet business? Would you do that? And by the way, we now have this offer. The 7 minutes has now commenced. All right, Timothy, here's what you're going to do. How much of the $100 do you have currently? How much of the $99.95 have you got already? Don't tell me you have nothing, because as far as I know, things in Georgia cost money. Lisa, you better put a message there for Jacqueline. She's going to lose this by default. Very well. You need essentially $97. Yes, essentially. Now, Timothy, here, I want you to write down the following, because I'm going to make you an offer. I'm going to take pity on you. Because if I don't do it, nobody's going to do it. You're going to not even understand what the internet is, much less make money. Do you have a paper and a pencil? You do. I'm going to give you until 5 p.m. your local time today, 5 Eastern time. Come back here with $99.95, prepaid credit card or whatever credit instrument you choose. And I'm going to give you 100 associates out of my own customer list. I'm going to take 100 customers that belong to me. I'm going to give them to you. But your order must be in at 5 o'clock local time. Lucy, please write that down for me. Now, if he fails to come back by 5 o'clock the local time, I'm giving him till midnight to place his order. If he fails to place the order by midnight, I can take those 100 customers away from you, even for myself, and give him as a likelier lad, but I will give you the $20,000 bonus match. Do you understand what I'm saying, Timothy? To participate in this offer, you need to put your phone number on the screen. If you don't put a phone number on the screen, the offer will die in 2 minutes. It will not be vivified for you. Are you with me? Jacqueline, don't sit there. Think you're accomplishing anything. Timothy says, man, Timothy, if America is the land of the free and the home of the brave, and where entrepreneurs are allowed licensed to build, do you believe that? Then why don't you practice it? Now, I've made my offer. If you do not put a phone number on the screen in 1 minute, you lose the offer. I will never make it to you or offer anything else to make it to you again. You'll be dead. A-D-O-A. Understand me? No phone number, no deal, no deal. You cannot be part of us. You cannot be part of us. We have other things, other fish to fry. I'm glad you saw the benefit of posting that phone number. Now you have a possibility to be one of us. Lucy, did you type those instructions for him on the times? You know what he's supposed to do? Yes. Mr. Timothy, you know what you're supposed to do? Yes. Jacqueline Morgan, I'm going to have to eviscerate you in a minute. Lucy, do you have a comment? Timothy or Jacqueline?
Jacqueline, it would be great if you can respond to us. Jacqueline, it would be great if you respond to us because it's an amazing offer that Dr. Lant is making right now under a cost offer, which means you start your list with 100 people that you can market to. Number two, to be in business, we need to communicate and being able to make decisions.
Timothy, you say you have to call me tomorrow. Who are you talking to? Who's calling you tomorrow? Not us. We've given you the offer. You need to exercise the appropriate legwork to make it happen. What do you mean call you tomorrow? What do you think we are? Wake up service? I wanted to be a concierge. I suppose I would want concierge training. Now, Timothy, you have your debt, you have the times and dates settled. You know what they are, you know what to do. Is that not so? And so now the fickle finger of fate points at you. We've done what we can do for you, and for the moment. Now, Lucy, sorry to interrupt you, but Timothy there was giving me the impression that we just run out and leave him for some reason tomorrow. I don't know what he's got in mind. Now, Jacqueline. Jacqueline, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. This is the 2-minute warning. At the end of 2 minutes, you'll be flung over the side of the ship. As always, my what they sailors handle those things. Put a flag on them, what am I doing? All right, Lucy, you want to say something further to Jacqueline? We've said everything that needed to be said to Timothy for the moment.
Yeah, and with Timothy, we're very clear. I posted everything with Jacqueline. Jacqueline, there's a interacting site. This is an amazing offer. We're down to 1 minute. But it's on the top to the hour, right, Dr. Lant? Jacqueline, you need to respond to us so you can have access to this offer.
Timothy, do not even go wherever you're going. I know where you're going. You're going to meander. Stop it. You need $97. Move heaven and earth to get it. My God, person, $97 to give what we give you. And you even dare to trifle? Whew. You don't know who you're dealing with, man. Now, let's carry on, shall we? Timothy's taken care of. Jacqueline is about to be taken care of. We will continue. I wish that I could take a bottle, an empty bottle, down to Technology Square and walk through the cubicles of the students that are not students anymore, of the entrepreneurs who are resident therein. I wish you could see their dedication, that you could feel their commitment, and you could understand how excited they are to be part of this grandchildren. They don't say what Timothy says, oh, I can't do it. They say, get out of my way, woman, man, woman, child, beast. I have important work to do to remake the world. And so they set about the task of doing exactly that. And I love them. And I am so privileged at age 67. They speak to me because, you know, young people today don't really like older folks. And somehow or other I crept in beneath the radar. They talk to me. They actually like talking to me. I can't believe it. I absolutely, because most adults, and especially when they get to be rich, you don't have a snowball's chance in hell of touching them at that point. So, Lucy, I'm a privileged creature. I support them. I adore them. I can emulate them. I like how my energy releases. But at least some of them. Still 67 is in bed. I hope everyone knows what I'm talking about. Timothy, we understand. Quit trying to scorn Lucy Woods. I've given you your instructions. Take them or leave them. My man, we are now in the fall selling season. It is the most lucrative part of the year. Businesses wait all year long for this period of time that runs from now, this minute, till the end of the year. If you are not set up appropriately, you cannot make a dime. And therefore you have wasted the year that's proof positive that you are an idiot. Scheming, it's anything goes, and I'm allowed. You want to speak to him? He's trying to get you to understand Lucy. Lucy understands plenty well. Go on and speak to him.
But see, what Dr. Lant is saying here is, I understand what your video, but Dr. Lant is making an offer to you. And what he's doing is pushing you to find a way to make it happen for yourself. Because that's what it is all about in life. You make it happen or you don't. So this is what we're talking about. Do whatever it takes before midnight tonight to make it happen for yourself. After that, if you wish to look at what's offered in the video, go there. But first, make it happen for yourself. If you would understand, you would focus on that instead of
Timothy, you're wasting your precious time. And you're wasting the time that applies to the fall selling season. You're wasting that too. You're wasting your chance to get the equipment you need. You're wasting your chance to get into the most affluent and luxurious financial season of the year. And you're writing drivel on my screen. This is a drivel-free zone. Now, you understand the point? We made you an offer, take it, and run with it, and profit with us, and work with us with it, or do not do any of the above, and face the world on your own, which is an impossible thing to do. Irritating. Yeah. You think it's irritating? Wait till you're shut out of the halls of the rich internet marketers because you didn't do anything to warrant entry. That is irritating. Oh, Lucy, you don't have to be a wizard. You don't have to be a prophet. All you have to do is be reasonably clear, sighted, to see what his future is going to be like. He's chosen to kvetch, complain, and explain. Henry Ford II, who headed the Ford Motor Company at the time, came up with his famous phrase: never complain, never explain. Taking those words to heart. Now, shall we continue our discussion of the fall selling season? It is such a thrill to have lived through so many as I have. We at World Profit have been advising our customers for months to get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. And we don't just say get ready, we give them specific ways to get ready. So, Timothy Smith got none of those things. Now is his only shot. Tap into the fall selling season is now. Every minute that goes by is that minute lost. The problem. What do you want to say here? Isn't it? Are you of the position that this is an exciting time or a time that's so irritating? You have to work. You actually have to get up and you actually have to think. Yes, and much more. Eugene Williams Evans. How many sleepers? Now, Eugene put in a blue support ticket. We are trying to, this is the marketing department. You've wandered in here with a question that was best directed towards the blue support ticket. You've thrown us off of our game. Eugene, we're here to help solve problems for you and to close deals for Eugene. We'll do the promotion so that we have people to work with for you. All right, Lucy, are you oppressed by the fall selling season around you, or are you exhilarated by that?
Fall season is always a great time of the year. Always.
You can smell the money.
Up to fall is the best, and then up to June.
This is a special season. People spend money willingly, whether that's because they're buying their nephew a Lionel train set, or because they feel rich because the stock market is way up. And by the way, Timothy Smith, how much money have you got invested in the New York Stock Exchange? I really guess none. That's because your internet enterprises did not pay off, so you had no investment capital. And you have to live with that the rest of your life. What do you think about that? Jacqueline, this is the last call for Jacqueline Morgan. And Eugene, I have a present for you. Having knocked you on the head now, I want to give you something. Eugene Williams, I have a present for you. Come here and get it. I love the fall selling season. What is it? Why, it is your future between covers. It is my book, Net Profits. Have you read it? Have you read it? Well, Eugene, let me ask you a question. Do you think that the candid remarks of a fellow who has been at the fountainhead of the internet since its inception would be worth paying attention to? If he told you how to make money the way he'd make money, do you think that would be something that would be a good thing to have around the house? What do you think? Yes, I rather thought you would. Well, I am that person, and this book is my telling you in succinct, concise, precise, step-by-step fashion exactly what you must do to make money. You see that blue link right above your name? It says Dropbox. Click on that. That's where the book is lurking for you. It's ready for you. It's there for you. I want you to read it. I want you to attend Saturday special program on video marketing at 2 o'clock Eastern Time in this space. You'll be here at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, Saturday. We're going to turn you into a marketer if you will allow yourself to do what is necessary. Lucy, this is the most incredible thing. These people sabotage themselves. What an extraordinary development. But I want you to give some advice to Jacqueline before we boot her out.
I tried many times to communicate with Jacqueline.
I'm going to ask you to be
Last warning, so we have 2 minutes.
Honest and upfront.
Jacqueline, this is the best offer that we have today over and it goes. It's time to make a decision. You communicate with us or we're going to have to remove you.
Now, Mademoiselle Dubois, that is such a timid admonition. Let's ratchet it up. Jacqueline, if you wish to have any prayer of making money on the net, you will communicate with us immediately. You do not know what to do. You do not have the resources to do it. You do. And would you say that's a little bit stronger than you're giving up? Strong medicine, Mama. Jacqueline Morgan needs to understand that everything she's been doing on the internet stinks and work. It will never work. She doesn't have what is necessary to make it work. And now, I promise we will give you a few minutes to read to us today. Are you ready to read?
Where do you want me to get started?
Whoever your
Beginning?
heart desires.
In the beginning? Okay.
You can read from the beginning. Or from the end. It's up to you.
The beginning.
Tell the people what it is that you're reading, why you're reading it, what it is. And
Okay,
did I give you an invitation? Did I give you an invitation to write a little vignette about the book that's going to be included in the book? Did I advise you already?
No, I didn't hear about that.
I'm inviting you now. On or about August 15th to 20th, I will send you out a message that says that you're going to need a blurb of about 75 to 125 words in which you talk about me, book, what you've learned, what it's about. Well, in other words, you act like you're Vincent Canby of the New York Times.
Okay, so about this particular book here.
No. Oh, yes, reading and learning, reading.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think it was pretty good.
This one. Okay.
Yes, that one.
Okay.
And that invitation is
And
extended
when
to
the
any person who has helped me in the preparation of this manuscript, including Tanya Vick. Didn't have it without her. If you haven't, if not calling up your name, it's because you haven't read the book, or you haven't been involved in the reading of it, or helping me do the research. Those people that have helped get first dibs.
okay, and when, Dr. Len, do you need that by?
I'm not telling you to. I'm just putting a seed in your brain.
That you're going to send me an email about this. Okay.
I will.
I am
But
ready
your brain
to
should
read.
be working.
Now to then, I understand. From now to then, I understand. Okay. Dr. Len, I'm going to start. So I'm going to read the latest book that Dr. Len is writing. And it is Jeffrey Lant, CEO, Chapter 4, A Connoisseur's Journey. In the artful memoirs of a man of wit, discernment, light, and joy by Dr. Jeffrey Lant. It is 4:27 a.m. and the rain, heavily earlier, has now subsided, but not before reminding me that telling and the future to be informed what I intend to pass along today, betterment. I have turned on all the lights and the red drawing room. It is dark without, no sun yet. Though I intend to have brilliance within, and now that I invite you to start with and truly see each changing from red to blue. Already too much to take in a single. But today we shall begin the process of underread glances, or even more. We shall look first at the overview, then we shall look again at each. This time not a glance, but a scrutiny view, as if we each of us was armed with large net.
Lorgnet.
or, can you say that again with Lord Net?
Lorgnet. It's a French term. Lorgnet.
Innumerable quips and witty observations, and sure as Mercury's. We are ready to rise to the intelligence and wit of a connoisseur, our distinguished guild. At this stage, we need music, and perhaps you can get the tune I selected without these pictures at an exhibition. And still writing this chapter, I have heard it 100 times or more, never tiring. Out in bombastic certainties. It's the kind of music we all need from time. Actually, slowly, far too slowly. More swords, harmonic reaffirmation. Mussorgsky. You need harmonic reaffirmation and a friend strong arm and welcoming ear. Here I can help what I can in it to bed drying room and all the radiant rooms at Dazzle, for you have never visited such a place. Not an institution but a refuge. Promenade, Pictures at an Exhibition, was written by Modest Mussorgsky in 1874. It is a work of genius every aspiring artist did, you see. A musical description of an exhibition by Mussorgsky, France. His friend, the painter, Hartmann, from 18... Wow, he was young. That is to say, it is the most famous art. Mussorgsky, 1837 to 1881, was a drunkard. Like so many such, it could be alternately floppy, stinking, blubbering, disgusting, encrusted with an ancient vomit, affectionate and generous, not only generous. He was in such a magnanimous mood when he offered friend Hartmann not merely promotion of his work, but the firmest foothold. Every note extricated by Mussorgsky reminds the world that at such and such a time, such and such had the unique good fortune. You know, a genius who valued and loved him, his place in history was secured. But here's the thing. By the time Mussorgsky began to immortalize Hartmann and his oeuvre, Hartmann was already dead, young, just 39. Though each note was not an invitation to know the value, but a memorial. Who fell to drinking himself to death before his place in eternity was secured. Opening to Mussorgsky, the way two friends walked arm in arm at what they know with about what they don't, wishing their bone before coming. I stroke, then went on the sketch, striking musical picture. Novice, I bet little gnome 5 the belly of the unhatched chicks to the 10, the most famous of all, the great gate of Kiev. And least think this a musical composition. Value about an ancient then think again for this day. This very day, people in Kiev dying to maintain gates, but no one that could accurately tell you there's this yet each and every one knows there's
Okay, I'm afraid I have to interrupt your reading because Patrice needs to come up and take a bow. I want to thank you. I want everyone to understand that Lucy's native language is not English. And so to sit down and read a complicated manuscript at the height of English usage is a triumph for you, and I obviously could thank you for doing that. And we're just having bon courage to undertake the reading of what is a highly cerebral work with only the mot juste, the exact words I use. I don't cut corners. I tell it the story the way it should be. So I want to thank you for that. Now, I want you to go down, please, so we can bring Patrice up and keep relatively within our schedule. And we'll let you read a little bit more later on today. Patrice, please come up. And world, this is Patrice Porter from Big River, Saskatchewan. Our white rabbit who keeps us all on schedule. A very beneficial thing. What did you think of today's program?
Well, thank you for bringing us into your world there in the center of the IT internet, IT world with all the youth there, and it just felt like you had brought me right into that center of the IT universe there, and it is amazing.
Well, you know how young people disdain old people.
Yeah.
They don't want us around. They don't like the look of us because we interfere with their life. We give them advice and give them direction and instruct. We don't like any of the above. But for some reason, I've managed to pretty much escape the negative tag. Probably because it's hard to disdain a person who is so enthusiastic about what you're doing.
Yeah, and
is doing it himself. I just so happen to, I'm pretty old now to be heading an IT company. But somehow I've managed to get past the censorship of the elderly.
And that being, I mean, you are the CEO of an IT company, so you are very much involved, and as I say, you are living right there and living it and living in the center of where it's all happening. So it's and you're a very worldly person and a very people person. So I mean, like, just you being right here up with the monitors in the trenches, shall we say, and working with the people. You're very much a people person and open, very open. Like, usually a person in your circumstances, a multimillionaire that is totally successful, I wouldn't feel comfortable talking with, and they're in a different class, shall we say, whatever, and I don't find that with you, that you're very open, and you work right along with the people, and that's probably what the other IT millionaires have found, that you're a people person, and you're not.
Well, what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not some hidden personalities persona in your life. When I know, Taylor the story. When you go to Harvard in the graduate studies department, in the history area, they give you what is called a colloquium. You are given a topic which you study for the entire year. Our topic is the French Revolution, which is a pivotal event of Western civilization in the world. So you really have. So we went into it in depth for a year. That was the class that I shared with Michael Ignatia later. I wrote about him, and he was my classmate in my class.
Ah.
And there was at one point along the way, the question came up of why certain workshops of French workers did not enter the revolution. It turned out that, for example, in the furniture business, the owners worked along with the workers. So there wasn't an acute split between whoever the manager was, or the owner, and the workers. They were all doing the same things with different degrees of proficiency, of course, and authority, but nonetheless they were all working together. That tended to influence politics. What happened to their workers? They didn't turn socialist or communist as quickly as other workers, or at all. They managed to get their job easily attacked. So I found that very useful. Not that I sat down one day 25 years ago and said, I'm going to work in the trenches. It brings up my father's famous admonition. My father's idol was General George S. Patton. And he had an expression that he very dramatically carved out when my brother made the doing something right. He would say, consider General Patton. Consider the man in the farthest trench nearest to the enemy. Mud splattered, no helpers, out there doing what needed to be done. That man is George S. Patton. He led from the front, he would say, look at us. And he'd say, and I want you to lead from the front. He would tell my brother. And we did.
And that you do.
Was one of those parental lessons that took.
Yeah, because you are doing that, Dr.
And I consider myself the primus inter pares. When the office of Prime Minister was evolved in the 18th century, throughout the Walpole, they didn't know what to call the person because they had never been a Prime Minister before. So they called him primus inter pares, the first among equals. And that's how I look upon myself. I look upon myself as the first among equals who is doing the same thing, and I would have no credibility as an educator or as an inventor or writer if I didn't do what I asked you to do. And I'm going to finish this by telling you this story. In World War I, the British High Command, Lord Haig, never visited the battlefields. He ruled and ordered from the back. The complete opposite of General Patton in World War II. And one day, with great difficulty, his staff persuaded him to get into a car and go and look at the battlefield. It was Passchendaele, one of the bloodiest battles of World War I. He arrived with his immaculate boots, not a speck of mud, and he walked through the mud to the front. And he started crying. He said, I can't believe I sent men through this. And that was what I never wanted to be accused of. I don't mind being accused of being any of the usual things that CEOs do, but I do want the credit for I did not reign from the back like General Haig. I was in the front. And that, I think, is one of the reasons why we have such good relations, congenial relations, family relations, if you will, within all the moderators. We know each other, sometimes way too well. we have to operate within the confines of the family, and we all know that. Yeah. But it has produced a unique environment where we like each other.
Yeah.
And if we don't like each other, we at least tolerate each other's idiosyncrasies. And as we go into our next year here after our birthday in August, that will be the hallmark of my administration. That I didn't say, Patrice, you have to do things that I'm not going to do.
No.
Now, you might have an expertise that I don't have, and I freely always admit that. I never try to admit to more than I am. And I try to keep things on a high ground of integrity, which is a very difficult thing in our day.
You're leading by example.
There's a longer answer to the question you asked.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, that leading by example and valuing everybody's input, and it's a wonderful thing, and that it has developed into a community, and you never feel alone here. That's the wonderful thing, that you can actually be at home and isolated and physically, but we're with the power of the internet, we're brought together as a community, and it's a wonderful thing. And if anybody,
apropos of that, I have some sad news for you there. We all have come to esteem and admire Judge Watson. He's a mensch, as we say in the East. And I think he loves us too. And to this greatest possible sadness that I retail the information that his father has not.
Oh.
Now, his father has been unwell for some time. He is achieving advanced age. But no wonder, it doesn't matter whether he was 48. Losing a parent is never an easy thing.
No. No.
And I want everyone in the community to know, so that you allow him a bit of time.
Yeah.
Obviously, from our standpoint, with August being the most thinly manned month at the ramparts, that's unfortunate from that standpoint. But I've encouraged him to take the time that he needs and to grieve in his own way.
Yeah.
And not to listen to what everybody says about grief, but to do it his own way. Everyone must grieve in their own way. They must not, there's no booklet you go to the grocery store and say, how to grieve. Each of us will be different. Men and women will differ. Religions will differ. Different parts of the world will differ. And they should. But the universal thing is really good. So you may not see Leo. You will need to, give him your condolences if you wish, a prayer if you wish. But that's the kind of thing that most CEOs do not cover with. And to me, it's essential that we all need that.
Because we're working together here, and
because as human beings, we have so many things that can go wrong. We really need to keep abreast of the elements.
Yeah, and bring out the understanding and the humanity. Well, thank you for passing that on, and with that, I'm going to let everybody know that you can watch the replay of this program and other Anything Goes programs on the YouTube channel Patrice Porter. It'll be up later today, and if you want to check out the business that I've developed through World Profit, you can go to www.20waystoprofit.com. And I've also started a business helping people to create abundance by gardening. And you can check that out at www.gardeningforfoodsecurity.com. And I'm going to be up in the next hour here. And everybody else, I'll see on the next Anything Goes, 1 p.m. Eastern, every day. Bye for now.
I will terminate today's program. We went a bit over today for various reasons. I want to thank everybody for their participation. I want to thank you for taking into account the fact that we do know a great deal about making money with that, which the average person or the average entrepreneur does not know. And so you must listen to what we do, what we say. Don't come in here and tell us the full lack of $99.95. You can't do this. We will show you the way. I am not a good person, so something like, you can't do this, Dr. I am a very bad person. When someone says, I can't do it, by God, I'm going to do it. So, Lucy, in olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked upon as something shocking, but now God knows anything goes. 1 p.m. Eastern Time, every day, right here. Dr. Jeffrey Lant, your host, and today's special guest, Lucy Dubois Woods from British Columbia.
Thank you, Dr. Lant.